Yeah, they're good. Okay, guys, so I'm going to shift a little bit to your sphere and a challenge for your sphere this week. Like Sophia did for the CMA, I have another challenge for you. Okay, so today, oh yeah.
So I have some guests here.
No, that's okay. Okay, so go to your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, whatever you use, whatever you have, your contacts in your phone, whatever it is, and I want you to make some lists and categorize your contacts, okay? So obviously, you're gonna put me in your real estate contact. You're not gonna reach out to me. You don't need me. You don't want to reach out to me, right? Because I'm in real estate. So put family, friends, your kids' sports stuff, anything you can think of. You're gonna have people I don't even know. Put them in the I don't know category. They just started following me and I don't know who they are. Okay, so put everybody in a category. You can even subcategorize those. So like by business, so their occupation. So say it's their dental assistants or they're working at Starbucks, like categorize them that way. You guys can do it by your leads or by your people. Everyone's gonna have different spheres of people, but try to categorize them as best as you can. And what we want to look for with our sphere, well, this is my goal. This is what I want you guys to learn from this, is people that are business owners. Focus on them. Focus on those people right now. So that's your homework this week. Focus on the business owners, because those business owners, whether they own a car wash or a dental office, or even they just work in a dental office, think of places where there's a lot of traffic coming in. So if you walk in that office, Sophia, this piggybacked off something she shared last week, and it like triggered this light in my head of her walking in the dental office downstairs before she even walked in this office. And I'm like, how simple and easy and free to just walk in just from doing that.
Like 680
She just walked in the dental office before she walked up to work. So I like triggered this thing and I'm like, okay, how can the agents in our office like
I walked in, I said, hi everyone. I said, hi everyone. I go, this sound gives me nerves.
Yeah.
I go back and I go out of those upstairs to get my services and then I start a conversation. So like there's clients, you have to see every human being as a client, as a potential realtor partner, right? Or so like see everyone close to the business partner.
Yes.
Every human being I see is a client.
Yes. Okay, so with each of those businesses, how can you bring value to them? I know, but like she got a listing appointment. It sounds like dumb and we laugh, but she got a listing appointment and she'll probably get the listing. So, so I want you like to work on that as your homework this week. Go through all of those spheres, even your database, clean up your database, whatever you want to focus on, whether it's just social media or just your phone, just your database, whatever, but categorize them. And you need to look at the people that can bring more value to your business. And then you in turn can give them value. So if they're the local, I keep using dentist just because that was what she did. But you know, whatever their business is, you can then refer to them. So you build that relationship. It might not happen overnight, but you're building that relationship. So for me, I'm going through my people and I'm going to walk in with a little basket, 99-cent store, whatever, put my cards in it, and I'm going to have some kind of information in it. Flyer, like cheap. I'm talking cheap. It does not have to be some crazy amount of money that you're spending, but market information. Last week, the rates skyrocketed. Not skyrocketed, I'm sorry, that's not the right word, but they went up like 0.5% in 1 week. So that is some important like market updates, like what's going on in the market. So whether you create a flyer in Command or wherever, have some kind of value that you're bringing to their office and just say, hey, I just wanted to drop this off. I personally am gonna put like some packaged goodies because who doesn't want like goodies sitting in the break room? but I want that to go in their break room. So then when they're sitting taking lunch or whatever, my information's in there. And so I just walk in to simply introduce myself. It's going to cost me $5 maybe, if that, each business I choose to go to. But the first step is getting your business, getting who you're going to go to. So it's an easy, inexpensive way to reach people you already see on all of your platforms every day and focus in on them. You know, obviously Sophia talking about expireds, those are like probably people that want to sell right away. So that is, you know, a great avenue. This may not be immediate, but you build that relationship and then follow up. So, you know, you go in this month, maybe for Valentine's Day, you walk in and bring something else. It's not like a big, but you're getting yourself in front of a lot of people. So think of the businesses that there's like a lot of people at. Maybe don't focus on like everyone that only has 5 employees or whatever. Like, so look through your group, your contact list, free to do, and see who you can find. So that's my biggest one I wanted to share today. I have a whole packet of scripts I'm going to give you guys before you leave that are just printed out for you. The biggest one that I've been having conversations with people about is renters. I know we want to take listings, but renting has people that are renting it's like 18 or 20%. Their rent has went up in the last year. It's crazy. So there's a hot market for them to be buyers. And so if you're going to be looking for buyer potential, I think going after renters this next year is going to be your biggest bet because they are paying crazy amount. I had a conversation with a girl through a dog story and she's renting and she's paying like $4,000 to live in Audie Murphy in Menifee. It was like insane. I was like, girl, what are you doing? Because it's just, that's how much the rent is. It's a brand new construction. And so of course she has circumstances, but you better believe I already got her stuff, but I'm going to try to nurture her this year. She has a little bit more on her lease and get her in a house because she probably can go buy something and it'll be the same payment or less. It's just as nice. So, so I do, yeah, what? I know, no, I saved a dog. She loves me. Yeah, the dog I found. So, okay, so I have scripts in there. I just wanted to share like what I have scripts in there for. But pretty much with your sphere, reaching out in that way. So another conversation Ruby and I had about renters. She was going to look through her, I don't know if she was going to do this exactly this way, but look through her Facebook list and message people she knows are renting and send them a script. Simple couple things of value that rent went up this much this year. You know, it's just going to continue to go up. And how can I help you? I would love to help you find a home if that's something you're looking for. I'm your realtor. Like simple, send a message and just looking through your sphere. So while you're looking through your sphere, categorizing it, owners, sellers. Owners, renters. You might not know that for everybody, but a good chunk of it, you'll know just by what they've posted or whatever. So yeah, Myra.
I don't know much about rentals. Does it make a difference when it comes to the county you're seeing? As far as the rate going up for rental? The pricing?
No, it's just county-wise. I think it was.
County's the highest. San Diego's pretty high.
It was.
A lot of people are moving here.
Yeah. It's like, it was like 17 or 19% or something that got posted. I don't know if that's just for Riverside County. I think that was like Southern California, like statistic. Yeah, someone asking.
Yeah, Claudia is asking, how does she categorize that? Are you referring to Facebook or just creating your own list for categorizing owners and renters?
So Facebook, I would start Facebook. Depending on, I don't know how many friends you guys have. So everyone has a different amount of friends. Some of you have 2,000 something. Some of you have 200. So just whatever you primarily are on, categorize that way. I would say Facebook's the easiest.
How do you categorize it through Facebook? She does.
Oh no, I'm saying like just categorize it yourself. Yes, yeah. Is that what she meant?
She said she's
Yes.
got 5,000, so she's got quite a bit.
Okay. So
Facebook
taking your, just going through your Facebook. Yeah, no, I wish. I don't think there's a way to do that. Someone should invent that for us. Yeah. No, so just like Excel spreadsheet or your database. Like, I don't know how many of you have put your social media in your database. You could categorize them that way. In your database, there's tags. You just tag them. So anybody in your database, you can create a tag for whatever you want. So that's another thing with going through all those, the spheres, or your social media, your phone, all that stuff, categorize that in your database with tags. So however you categorize them initially, then put it in your database that way and create a tag. So like for me, my daughter's in softball and roller derby. So any contacts, I'm going to categorize them in that. So I know that's who they are. And then that I might send them stuff different than I would someone else. So in Command, you can tag everything. But I'm just saying initially, like before you even put them in your database, to try to see who's the most beneficial to go after. Like for Claudia having 5,000, that's a lot of people. Yeah. So she needs to kind of look at it more first is who owns a business that it has a lot of employees. That's who I'm going to hit first for that way of prospecting. For seller and renters, it's gonna be a long time. It's gonna take her a while, but I mean, it could be beneficial. It's gonna take time. Just like Sophia was talking about the expireds, it's a lot to print all the stuff. It takes time, and then to go door knock, it's gonna take time, but it will pay off. So yeah, I'll talk to you more too, Claudia, if you want. Okay. So that's my biggest thing for your sphere, but I also want to touch a little bit on social media and social media in a different way. Sorry. So being consistent on there and doing something that's adding value to people that follow you. So if you want to use social media as a platform, Marcelino has tapped into this big time this year where he is going live and he is adding value to his followers' life by whatever he's sharing. So my biggest thing with that, and I did this in December. So I just would go on my story and talk about what's the difference between an appraisal and inspection. What's the difference between this? Just random questions. I had people ask me questions too, but then I would just go on a tangent and talk about other stuff. So from that, I already have a buyer we're going to start looking this month. Just because I was in someone's face, they would have never reached out to me. And so as uncomfortable as it is, I'm like, okay, that 1 month, even though I did that every day, it took me time, it wasn't a lot of time. I get one transaction, they're buying an $800,000 house in Canyon Lake. Like that's great. That is a great payoff. It was free. So, but my biggest thing is be consistent. So my pointers for this is have a plan. That is where I lacked in December. I was kind of all over the place. Instead of having a schedule, like I'm going to do it every day at this time, like every single day. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do that. And I'm like scrambling. And then who wrote me questions? Looking who wrote me questions. And I was like, not 100%. So for next time when I do something like that, I'm of course going to plan it out a little more. So what I decided is I'm going to do a weekly update every Friday. That's my goal for this month. Instead of doing it every day, because that was a lot. It was a lot for me. I don't want to do it this month again. So every week, what's going on in the market? So last week I talked about interest rates rising. It was a huge story. It was affecting so many buyers last week. Everybody. So it's just crazy. So that was a big story. And so when you're every day doing your real estate stuff, you're going to hear what's going on. You're going to know what's going on. What was a big thing that happened this week? Even if it's not huge, go on there and share, because all the people on your Facebook don't know. They're looking to you for knowledge. So if you look like you know what you're talking about, they're going to use you. But if you're not on there talking about anything, you're just another person in their Facebook land that they're not going to think of. So like this particular girl that reached out to me for mine, it's not even her that's buying, it's one of her friends. And so she's like, hey, I saw your videos and I have a friend that's moving back here from Guam. He's stationed there for the military. And so he needs to buy a house. Like he's in his papers in January and he needs to buy a house. So I'm giving him all your information. He'll be reaching out, but he's like 18 hours difference. So just be prepared. I'm like, okay, he reached out at a good time. And so I've been following up with him every week and I don't let him go. I follow up every single week because I don't want someone else to come in and, say someone else, he talks to someone else. So you guys have to follow up. He might not be ready till the end of January, February. That's okay. But I'm going to keep following up with him. And so I think that's the most important thing is being consistent and following up with people because you think, oh, I gave them all my stuff. They'll contact me. They don't. So I just reached out, simple text. You don't have to, it doesn't take a lot. I just said, hey, how are you? How's your new year? I hope you're staying safe and healthy because this crazy virus, like just be relatable and act and come from a place of concern as well, which I am. Like, I hope you guys are safe. They're in a whole nother area and, and he's trying to move back over here. And so he said, yeah, we're working everything out. And that was it. I said, okay, sounds good. I'll talk to you next week. So it's just like being consistent in that way. But you have to be present on social media if you're gonna use that as a way to get business. Yes.
One of the things I want to share with that is something that I learned and I've been doing. It's so let's say I post something, right? I may lose up to 96% of my audience because I'm not really consistent. So one way for me to stay consistent is something that I learned and I've been doing and I've been seeing results is that if you post something, I go and like it, then I make a quick comment, like that's great, And so I really like to follow a lot, like Tony Robbins and whatnot. So so then I like somebody else's comment, and I say, good, have you taken the scores and so on, so on, so on, so on forth. So now I keep an engagement because I do that as well, where I go and I see somebody else's comment and it catches my attention what they say. Then I click on their profile and then I quickly like, oh, okay, it's just this and this and this. So I'm like, how can I be on the other side? So I go like their comment and then I comment on her comment. And then I do that with well, and I have my wife, doing a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But I've been doing that. And so I've been staying active. So I've been seeing a lot of more pickups on the videos that I post, a little bit more likes, and individuals, friends that I had that I didn't even know I had anymore. Now they're starting to appear on my stories.
Stories,
so
yeah.
They were 3-4 days late, and now I'm seeing them like a day late or maybe a couple hours later. So
yeah.
So that's one way that I wanted to share that I learned, and it has helped me pick up a little bit more audience.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, Facebook is like a whole funky, weird algorithm. Like I can never figure it out. But yeah, like really. So yeah, I mean, like you just have to be posting and you have to be engaging with people. Otherwise, people are not going to see you. You're just going to fall through. I feel like Facebook stories, less people look at than Instagram. That I did notice that. But people still look, so if you're going to be doing posts, like a post on Facebook, it's a little more engagement than Instagram. I feel like stories is a little more engagement. And then what I was going to add to that, which Brittany shared, Brittany Ybarra, I know her brother's gone now, but about the this or that, like doing polls and questions. That's just another way to engage. So, and don't get frustrated when people don't write a question or write something, comment, like they're not gonna just move on. There is gonna be people that will. So that's hard for me. I'm like, you looked at my story and you couldn't even click a button. Like, come on. So it is like, I get mad. Like, I don't want to be your friend anymore then. Bye. Like, yeah. So don't take it personal. That is one thing. I have got much tougher skin being in this business. Like, do not take it personal.
Think of like how many of us
No,
Some days you're just.
no, you'll see someone's story. And I had to tell myself that, like, I'll look at someone's story and I'm like, I don't have time right now. And I just move on, that they're doing the same thing. So don't take it personal. I always take stuff. I'll take it personal.
Well, or they're like me and I click the story when I'm getting ready and I will just let them all
Run through.
And I'm not even really paying attention.
Mhm.
That's just background noise.
Yeah, people do that. Yeah, people do that. So so then you don't even see if you're supposed to click something because you're not even really looking. Yeah, exactly. Don't take it personal, okay? Like, biggest thing, and that's in every area of life, but also with real estate, like across the board. You're gonna have agents that are just gonna be like, yes. Okay, don't take anything personal if they say. Don't, just be the best professional that you can be. Derek and I have had this conversation recently, and I'm like, be your professional character. You cannot change how they're going to act or what they're going to do if they're going to follow everything like they're supposed to, but you can. So you set that bar for yourself and do the right thing, So it's just how it is. And a lot of agents are flaking in this business. So just don't take anything they say. And it's always your fault. Always. It's always the other agent's fault. You missed that. You missed that. No, just don't take it personal that they're attacking you. You just can't. So, okay, let me see what else I had in here. I had something else to add on the social media. Oh, okay. Know the market. So this is the biggest thing as a real estate agent. You're going to get asked, you're the person at the party. If you're the only realtor, they're going to ask you what the market's like. No. I mean, come on. So you guys have to read value every day, every week. Like, you need to be knowing what's going on. You need to be the expert. If you are the expert, you're going to get the business. If you walk into a room and there's a group of people and they ask you, even interest rates, I know we're not mortgage people, but what are they hovering around? If you're like, I have not a clue because I've never even looked, you're just not going to look like the expert. So biggest homework every week for yourself is to read certain things. Find something you like, listen to a podcast, whatever it is. If there's a market update podcast every week, listen to that. It may be boring because it's like just numbers or whatever, but you're learning what's going on. Everyone wants to know right now, is the market going to crash? They're reading, that's what people are reading about. So you need to be reading articles to know, is it? I don't know. Is it going to crash? I mean, nobody has a crystal ball, but know the statistics, the stats of everything. The biggest thing right now for people, like Sophia was saying, these 2006, 2007, that number is scary to me because that is right when the market crashed last time. So when she says we're at those values, so I see 2006, 2007, I'm like, oh my gosh. I literally remember we were in the mortgage business and it was like doomsday. Like, it was scary. Everyone was freaking out and values were dropping 50% overnight. And so when you see like, oh, values went up this much last year, it's scary to someone that walked through that, 10 years ago, 12 years ago. The difference is the loans that were given then compared to now. And so if you know that and can tell them, well, what was the difference from then to now? Well, let me tell you, people were giving loans at 100%. They were putting down no money and they were stating their income and, all of these things read up on that. What caused that crash? Know that. So you can say now, this is the difference. Now, do I have a crystal ball to know what's going to happen this year with values? No, but none of us do. Anything can happen. We've walked through a lot of stuff in this country, so anything can happen overnight. But what I do know is that back in 2006, 2007, this is what happened to cause that crash. That's not this time around. It's not the same scenario. So if you know that, even though you can't predict it, you can tell them what caused the last one. There's always corrections. Every, 8 to 12 years, we get corrections and it will shift to, maybe more of a buyer's market than a seller's market. That's just what happens. But it is different from the 2006 even though I get scared. Anytime someone writes 2007, I'm like, oh, that was the year my son was born. And like, it was crazy. I just remember it was really crazy. I was like taking care of a baby and like, the world's apart. So, but I had only got my license in 2005. So it was brand new to like real estate and loans. I started in mortgage loans and it was like it was scary. So, so people are in that right now. What do I do? Should I sell? Should I buy? I'm scared. Just know the market and share that information. Just sharing some information with them makes you the expert to them because they don't know what they don't know. So know your market, read up, podcast, whatever, however you want to do it. And then what time is it? I'm going to take too much. Okay. I'm not going to take too much more time of you guys, but the last thing is Facebook ads. So I was really focusing on like your sphere and social media, running Facebook ads and what are good Facebook ads to run. So we have a couple KW guys. I was going to show you guys how to do some ads, but it's best to leave it to the expert, even though I've watched their videos and have tried to learn. Ruben Bravo, who's coming tomorrow for our team meeting, he's our regional tech guy. And if you look, I don't think he's on the calendar this month. Is he coming back? Or can we just go on his webinar? Okay, so it's on the calendar, right?
So
okay.
The back of the calendar has all the online classes, and Ruben's are on there as well.
Okay, perfect. So Scott Leroy and Ruben, you can learn so much from running your command and ads and Facebook ads. So right now, I just ran last week, one for, I think it was Nick Baldwin's. He's a KW guy. If you guys do not follow him, follow him. He has a YouTube channel. He's really great. And he's been doing a Facebook ad about, it is more centered on buyers, but it took 7-8 minutes to do. It was so simple, but how to target specific areas and people that are looking at certain search engines like Zillow, Realtor.com, and he like walks you through all that. Once you kind of know the basics, you can create an ad for anything. But what I did tap into, and I'll post it in our KW group, I told Ruby about it. I'm going to be running an ad where it's a real estate book. And it basically is you on the book. And it says you want to be a homeowner or you want to know how to sell your home or whatever. You can pick and choose. There's different book types. I'm on a 30-day trial, so I'm gonna let you guys know how it goes because I'm not paying the $120 a month or whatever. But it's a really cool thing. And basically the book is written for you. And you can go in and change things that you want to change, but you can post the book on as an ad. And so people see it and go, what is this? What is this free book that I can read about what it takes to sell my home? Or what does that look like? Or how do I become a homeowner? And so they're clicking on your ad from this book that you did not even create. You can change stuff to it. And people were on the webinar I was on were like, that's like copyright. Is it mine? Like, yeah. And the guy's like, yes, because you're technically paying for it. We just created the content for you. You can put your name on it and then you can use it as an ad. You can even hand it out to potential clients in a PDF format. You can actually physically buy them too with like your photo on it and stuff, but more money. It keeps like, you can do more things. But I'm going to try it out. The reviews from this site or this group have been pretty good. And so I'm always trying to look for different like avenues, but it's something that adds value to someone. So, and it looks like you did like a lot of work when you did it, but you can share it however you want to. I'm going to specifically put it as a Facebook ad, a paid ad. And then anyone that clicks that as a lead, I'm going to contact. And why are you clicking this? Are you interested in selling? I want to do the selling one first, because obviously we would rather get listings. But it's bringing value in another way. So yeah. The Facebook ads, well, you can run it to whatever you want. So you can say, I'm going to do an ad for 1 week and I'm going to spend $3 a day.
So did you learn in any of those YouTube videos, like what is a good amount to actually spend? Because like I'll get like things on Instagram, like, we'll give you $10 if you want to boost this.
Yeah, post. Yeah, when you do a post. So, I mean, this is the thing with leads. People just click stuff. So the more you spend, the more leads you're obviously going to get. So that is going to be more likelihood that some of those are going to convert. But if you're spending, $20, you're probably not going to get a high volume of people, maybe one. But the biggest thing is when the lead comes through, and it all can be done through command. When the lead comes through, you have to contact them right away. You have to get on the phone and right then. And they probably won't answer. That's the reality. So then you send them a text. So have you been having that with?
So I did two.
Okay.
One for buyers, one for sellers. And I think it was probably about $50 on the sellers and maybe 35 on the buyers.
Mhm.
You put a certain amount, but it only bills you for how many people you reach, like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then for the seller one, I got like 5 leads, and for the buyer one, I got like, and I only have one person that I'm still in contact with.
Okay. Okay. So it's a numbers thing.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not, my thing is like, try not to spend money. You're gonna have to spend some, but what's the best way to spend it? To me, out of all of these things, if I'm going in my sphere and contacting businesses or people that have a lot of influence in someone's in an area, that's gonna be a better money spending, $5, $10 on something I'm taking than if I go spend $10 on Facebook leads. So it's really just what's going to be more beneficial. Everyone has a different budget. Everyone has, so that, I am going to go after like my sphere of businesses. That's like my number one thing right now that I want to do this year. And so that's why I want to share it with you guys. But I just feel like that's a lot of people. You're getting a lot of people's faces that would never even like know who you are, but may need your help. And you're doing it very inexpensive. So, anything else that you guys or any questions or feedback, or like, I don't want to keep you guys much longer. It's already 2:40. So yeah.
So for me, that is great. I already tried the paid app and command, and it works. I reach out so many people, and then just like with Shonda, I had so many leads.
Yeah.
But only kept in contact with one. So yes, it works, and it's not numbers game. One of the things that I wanted to say is, I think I read an article from legit, source. TikTok is one of the most visited sites on Google.
I know, yeah.
Google. And I've been following maybe. I was always close to the idea, like TikTok, I always thought about teenagers and kids and all. But I just opened to that possibility, and I just been coming across, like really good stuff. And then Juan, he makes some really good.
Juan
TikTok
does really
videos.
good ones. Ron Ramirez, follow him.
Yeah, he gets some really good information. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be focused on this year as well.
Yeah.
Because, you get so many followers from it, but you don't get as many as you think. The other day, my son, I think he did a water challenge, and he got like 2,000 followers overnight. Wow. And I knew like something about real estate.
Yeah, you're like two followers. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's crazy.
You combine those two, like you could do a water challenge and then.
Yeah.
Because people want to know, they're nosy, right? So I said, okay,
Yeah,
incorporate, like what's going on.
Yeah.
And then I throw a little bit of like, oh, by the way, real estate, like another TikTok video, because just like anybody else, I go on and like click and like, oh, this person, so again, I think it's just a numbers game as well.
Yeah, it is.
But there are some realtors that are putting some really, really nice content and how they get creative. And then what I like about that is that you can get the story from TikTok and then you can put it on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then the resolution is good. I haven't figured out how do I do it on Facebook, because when I do it on Facebook, the resolution looks.
Yeah, it doesn't. There isn't a good way to put a reel on Facebook, I've noticed.
I don't know why Instagram.
Do you know how to? Okay.
No, but I wanted to add to the TikTok thing is the algorithm for TikTok is interest-based. It's not interaction-based. So it will feed you more video. And I'm not on TikTok. I heard this somewhere in some webinar somewhere.
Okay.
And it stuck with me because you know,
That's
with
interesting.
Facebook and Instagram, you have to like and comment.
Mhm.
Yeah,
TikTok, you just have to watch the video and that the algorithm, whatever goes, oh, they like to watch this and it'll feed you
Yeah.
those types of videos. So as long as you
Yeah.
get one person to watch your real estate video, it'll feed them more of that.
More, okay. That's good to know for TikTok.
I'm on it, and I have like a few real estate people on there. and
Yeah.
Liking, not physically watching it, because watching it doesn't actually track anything, you have to like it.
Yeah.
But I have a few on there, and that's like majority of what pops up on mine now,
Yeah.
even if it's somebody that is in across the world that I've
Yeah.
never even really checked out.
So weird. TikTok. I just have such a hard time with TikTok. I just,
What are you posting on TikTok?
they're posting like pointing at things and like doing videos like that. That's what they do. It's like this.
You can do up to 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Oh, okay. Up to 3
Yeah.
minutes. A lot of them do open, but the lower probably amount is probably more like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inspections.
Yeah. They'll post property inspections or like, let me tour this house.
yeah.
And they'll let you.
Juan just posted, what did he just post? Something about, how much is this house worth? Like he got an interact, like, do you think it's worth, or how much do you think it's listed for, or something? Yeah, how much do you think this house is listed for?
He also posted, you know, if you're thinking about buying a house, okay, so let me give you some facts about how much money you need. If you're thinking about FHA, this is how much, you know, thinking of conventional, so.
Yeah.
Interest rate, and so just give them information. And I
Yeah.
always wonder, like, how do you do videos, you know, like you stop and then you go, so I don't know how to use.
You
this.
have
I
to
don't know
edit
some-
them. That's what's
like,
up here.
Like, yeah, no, but you can do it,
Through TikTok
Yeah,
for free.
yeah.
You can go through there.
yeah. So I
Yeah,
got my
that's-
son
my
there,
brother's
like,
doing it.
show me
Do
how to
it.
do
So much work. So much work.
Or it's easy.
No.
No. No,
And
No.
you can like edit it. and
it would
put
take
up.
me all day to like do one of those videos, literally all day.
My brother prefers football, so I have to help him.
Yeah, I don't like going live though.
There's one person
That's scary.
Realtor hacks. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like a series where they do like multiple videos and they just like give you like random facts. But it's not so much information in one thing to where you're like overwhelmed. Like they give you like one key thing and then it's
Yeah.
like, all right, come back next week. And then it gains that like more of interest.
Yeah.
Where they're like, okay, well now I'm gonna follow you. So now I want to know the second part.
Yeah, they'll do like part 1, come back for part 2, and I'm like, seriously? And I'm like watching it like way later.
And then what
My
you do
daughter
is
has it.
go through the whole profile trying to
Find-
find part 2. and
Yes,
half the time you don't
that's
even find it,
true.
so you end up watching that for video.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's happened to me. That's happened to me. There is no part 2. Like they just are like, it's crazy. Yeah, TikTok's crazy. But yeah, no, that's a good so what I was gonna say though is for following Nick Baldwin, he's really great for helping with command, like doing your ads through command, just giving you other ideas of how to target. Nick Baldwin, he's a KW guy.
66 they charge?
Is he? No, that's someone else. What's his name?
Marty something.
Yes, Marty
Miller.
Miller. Yes, Marty Miller. No, he'll be on YouTube too. Yes, he's a KW, so you can follow like him on Facebook too. But he is a KW agent, so he posts good stuff. Yeah,
Sorry, going back to the rental thing,
yeah.
how do you target those when most people who are rentals are, you know, renting? We're like on a page, you know, like where they want to buy, but, you know.
So I just got that question because they need a down payment.
Yeah.
They need a down payment. So for people that are like first time home buyers, and there's different grants, there's different things out there for them. So that's where getting connected with a great lender to help explain those options to them. We can't give them those options because we don't know. They change every day. Different things that you can get. There's different loans. There's the what is it called? The rural housing loan. I forgot the name of it, but that's 100% financing for certain properties in different areas. So you know, somewhere it used to be a lot of Menifee and Wildomar qualified, but now they're so built out, they don't qualify anymore. But some of the outskirts of Menifee, like Roma Land area, some of those areas qualify. You can actually go on the rural housing website. It's the USDA, that's what it's called. You can go on their website and type in a specific address and you can see if it qualifies for that type of financing. And they don't need, there's no money down. It's 100% financing. Just like a VA would be 100%, but you know, you have to be qualified for a VA. But there is credits for occupations, some first-time homebuyer grants if they income qualify in certain counties. I know LA County has quite a few, but that's just like getting that information from a lender and having that available for them, because not everyone's going to qualify. They have to be in certain income brackets and just different things that you're not going to know. There's no way you can even help them, nor should you even try. And so even coming like from lending background, I still wouldn't. I'd be like, I need to do more research on this because I just don't know all the new programs that have came out. Yeah.
The buyers for those programs have to show proof that they have been in like ranching or are farmers.
USDA? No. Unless something changed. That's why I'm saying talk to a current like lender about that, because I've done them before and we never had to show anything like that. You had to fall within certain income brackets. So the property had to qualify and your income had to qualify. Like you had to be in a certain amount of income for that specific zip code. There's like specifics. So not everyone's going to qualify, but there is options like that. The other thing for, you know, someone that like that, biggest thing is someone that would maybe gift them the money, or they have a retirement. Different options like that, they can get in with 3% down. So, you know, they may not have something saved. You know, that's the biggest hurdle for renters, the biggest hurdle. So, you know, there's a lot of programs that will allow you to have a gift from a family member. And I'm not going to say this on YouTube, but they can gift it however they want from a family member, like, and figure it out, you know? So there's ways to get around it. But you definitely want to get them in contact with a lender, because then if the lender tells them what they need to do, or this is your income, can you put away, you know, for the next year, this amount? Like, if you can do that in a year, you could qualify. So you're in your, you know, your lease, try to do this. So lenders are the ones good with the numbers, so leave it up to them. But there's definitely ways to get around that, you know, depending on the renter. I mean, they're already paying. So I have clients from last year that their lease is at the end of February, actually. So we're gonna start looking this month. They're paying like $4,000 for like a 2-bedroom apartment in Orange County, like $3,800. So they are moving out here because they don't need to work out there. And so, but last year was so crazy, we couldn't get them an offer. Like we couldn't get an offer accepted last year. So you know, they had to re-sign the lease. And so, you know, now we're gonna reassess it this year, but they're like, we don't want to spend another year of just wasting our money. It's a lot of money, a lot. So that their payment was less on the houses they were trying to get than their rental. It was like $500 less a month. We just couldn't get in a house. Oh, that was so frustrating. So anyways, it's okay. This is a new year and their lease is up. So anyways, but categorize your renters in your Facebook and just reach out to them. A couple sentences of, hey, rents went up this much. What's status of your lease? And have you ever thought about buying? Like, can I help you with that? And then just go from there. So, okay. All right. Do you guys have any other questions? Anybody else? Is people still on?
Yes, there
Oh.
have been people on this whole time.
Awesome. Hi, whoever's on.
A few of them had to leave.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so. All right. Well, that's it for today, you guys. Oh, I forgot to share. We are starting. I thought Sophia was going to talk about this, but a Facebook. Did she talk to you about that? About a Facebook lead paid through the office, and then we worked that out with agents. Okay, there's a program that's going to be launching. So you guys it'll be coming out in the next couple weeks. Me and her have to like finalize how we're going to be doing that and what percentages are going to be and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, with the leads, it's like, we give you one and you hope for the best. These things that we were sharing today are more like now. Yeah, you're in control of it more than just a lead coming off Facebook. But we are working on launching something with leads, whether it's just through Facebook or other avenues. We just have to do it fairly. So that's all. All right.